Hello, I'm Ruby, and you're watching Loud and Clear. Welcome to a radio station. Today, I'm going to be talking about the basics of a radio station and what all the buttons and knobs mean, and how to use them appropriately. What was that? Never mind. So let's start off with a brief tour around my workplace. This is our main mixing desk where we record things that go to air. And here's my pretzel. Pretzel. This is our on-air light, and when it is lit up, it means we have important people talking. Also, we have a red light, much like this one, outside the door to our studio, and so when that's flashing, people know that we're recording and not to enter. We also have a telephone where our listeners can call in and ask questions like, "Hey Ruby, are you single?" Oh, and sound-related stuff. Anyway, you're watching this tutorial to find out how a radio station works, so I'll tell you. So let's start off by saying that I want to set up for a phone interview. My Q switch is solo, and then what I want to do is set my levels. -5 to 0 is where you want the level to be. To set my gain, I put this knob here up to 0, which is like our unity. So after that, we're ready to broadcast. One of the things with radio is that you should always have more than one thing ready to go, or ready to play, because what happens if you go to your CD and it's skipping? You've got to be ready, be prepared. What if the computer crashes? It could happen. It has happened. So you've always got to have more than one thing ready to go. After recording, we basically send a mix out of our program outputs. This signal then goes through some processing, such as compression, before it gets sent off for broadcast via a radio transmitter, as well as being recorded. The main reason for that is if I start slagging off someone on my show and he hears and wants to complain, then we have to be able to provide up to 30 days access to the recordings of anything that's gone on here. Now, if all of you lovely listeners have been paying attention to my Twitter account, you will have seen that I asked you to send in some questions that you wanted answering, and that I'd answer them on my next show. Well, today's the day, so I'll answer the best one on my show live. The question is from Penelope. She asked if the file gets squashed during compression. Well, Penelope, excellent question. Depending on how the station sets up the equipment, it does tend to get squashed since it may go through a lot of compression. This is pros and cons. One of the reasons for it is so that our broadcast is a more even volume going out to the world. Another reason is about making it sound loud, so when you're flicking between stations, some stations are louder than others, and part of that is how they've set up their compression.
Hey!
Oh, that's all we have time for today. I'll see you next time.
I've told you before, you're not allowed to be in here. This is a restricted area.
Please continue showing your love and support to my Twitter account. That's @SoundmasterRuby.